You get it. There's a rant that could happen there. However, so hello and welcome to the vlog. It's Friday afternoon. You can see where I am. In the next month or so, like starting next weekend, we're going to have a whole bunch of different people coming through the studio working on different projects. I just wanted to talk a little bit about things I have to do to be ready for all of that. And all of this falls under the heading of pre-production. So if you're watching this, you're watching on YouTube, and I don't know what YouTube is serving you up by the way of adverts in your part of the world. I know what I'm getting, and it makes me feel old because it goes, if you're a man over 40, please stop using ChatGPT like it's Google, etc, etc. It's like, don't worry, I've never used ChatGPT. There's no danger of that happening. And I am someone who, as a potentially grumpy creative who's the other side of 50, there's a whole world of AI use that I don't want anything to do with. You get it. There's a rant that could happen there. However, I have to show you something because this is something where AI has been fantastically useful for me in the studio in the realms of pre-production. So I came into the beginning of the year with 5 projects in the studio that were really big things. 6 if you include my own personal project. More about that later. Anyway, the number 5, which is really probably almost done, was doing the final mix for the EP for Vibia Perpetua, which is Rafa's band. You've seen that on the vlog before, and it's a song, their final single, like in a run of 4 singles, which will be released as an EP, at least that's the plan as I understand it. And I sent a mix off to him 2 days ago to see what he thinks of how that's going. So there'll be a bit more work to do on that. I'll need to do mastering, but that's basically done. So the kids album kind of happened in here. All the recording that we've done for it's happened in this room. The same with the Lev Shemaya EP that you've seen on the vlog. So they're not in this conversation so much right now, but there are 2 projects, which I'm not going to tell you the names of, that I'm working on, where what's happened is people somewhere else have done demos, and then they've sent me those demos, and then I've been bringing them in to get them ready for those people to come in the studio and record here. What we have here at the very top is an MP3 that was sent to me, a demo that was done of a song. It's got a vocal and it's got a guitar in it. What I've done is work out what tempo that was recorded at. I've then gone in, and this is time alignment, so you can see there you've got the kind of peaks, and I get to kind of put these little nodes in. I can move the audio this way or that way to line it up with the grid. Now there is a whole conversation about gridded music, and you know that's not what you want to do, and I do basically agree with that conversation. I think we shouldn't put out music that's obviously out of time, but we shouldn't put out music that's totally gridded. However, we totally should make guide tracks that are totally gridded. What that means is I've taken a demo which has a little bit of breathing in it. It's acoustic guitar and a vocal. It's entitled to do that. And I've really made sure that it sits absolutely with the click, because if we're going to give that to someone to perform to, we want to give them that to a click. And if they want to breathe against that in their performance, that's completely fine. But the thing that we're referencing should be in time. I've then kind of bounced that track down to this one right here. And this one, if you look at this right here, you'll see that it says stem splitter. If I click on that, I can split that, and it gives me options. Now this is a demo with only vocals and guitar, but I could take a demo that's a band demo and also split that out. I've now got the vocals and the guitar separately, and that is really useful. This can be a guide track that someone can sing to, but they might not want to sing to the voice on the demo, or if they're going to play the acoustic guitar again, they don't want to hear the acoustic guitar, but they do want to hear the guide vocal. There is another project that I'm doing, and at some point in the next month or so, the band Next Stop, who are a high school band from Yaitse that Buddha's been working with, they're going to come in and record their first single, and I was in a rehearsal of theirs end of last week, and we just did a basic through the mixing desk recording of them playing in a rehearsal. And as you can tell, you really can't hear the drums there. One of the nice things about being able to split everything out is that then I've got sort of like each channel. This is the same bit of the track now. You can hear the drums. So I remember when Stem Splitter was added into the Logic update, and I wasn't like super psyched about it. I was a little bit like, what's that? There's much more exciting things they could give us in an update. And bizarrely, I'm using it for exactly what they said it could be used for, and it's really useful. So who'd have thought? There's a word that I'm a big fan of in the studio and in the work we do here, and that word is iteration. You do a version, you listen to it, you change it, you do another version, you listen to it, you iterate, and you get closer and closer to the thing that you really want to have created. Pre-production is part of that iteration process. It means when people come in, they can listen to what they think they want to do, the demo that they send, but just kind of in a slightly better state and ready to record with, and then they can go yes or no. Things like the key of the song, things like the tempo of the song. None of what I've said about pre-production is a criticism of the artists involved. Pre-production is an important part of the creative process, and we need to do it. And that's what's going on. It's helping us listen back to what we've done, because what might feel natural and good to us when we play and sing doesn't sound as good to us when we listen back to it, or we hear something different from that perspective. So I think it's really important to give people that opportunity to hear back what they've done before you commit too much time into taking that recording forward. So I'm encouraged by the start of the year here in the studio. It's really exciting to have new music to work with. It's really exciting to see people writing songs and really being eager to get them recorded and get them out there into the world. And as part of that, I have a song of my own that's making its way through the digital distribution system and will be out at the end of February. The latest Can Run single, more of that when it's actually coming out. I guess the last thing I should say in this, as we're talking about sort of goings on in the studio, is season 14 of Perspectiva will go into production shortly, and we're hoping to go to air with that in early March. So that's super exciting. But that is it for this week's vlog. Thanks very much for watching. Do give us a big thumbs up for doing pre-production. Do leave a comment or question if you want to know more, and do remember that together we do adventure. We'll see you next time.